so we've got Grace here today. She's just joined up at the gym and she would like to start training in the gym, maybe doing some personal training. So what we've got to do first, Grace, is just get some information off you to make sure that we can go ahead with your training. If there's something that comes up in the paperwork that we do here, I may need you to make a referral to your GP just to get clearance so you can train. All right, first of all, I need your consent to train. All right, so I'm just going to get you to read through that for me. It's really just you giving your consent after everything I've been through, like when you start training, you know, your heart rate's going to increase. You're going to get maybe some aches and pains because, you know, you're using your muscles differently and all that sort of thing. So just making sure that you're aware of all that. Letting you know also that if during any of the sessions you're not comfortable or you don't want to continue the sessions for any particular reason, you just let us know and we'll cease the training and all that sort of thing. So I'll let you read through all of that, and then if you are happy, you can sign and date down the bottom. Any questions, and you can ask me if you need any clarification with anything. Yep, and I'll just witness it. And you've dated it. All right, the next one is actually a bit of a exercise pre-screening form. So it's really just circling yes or no, but I'll need you to fill out the top for me. So this just gives us a guide to your health history, your family history as well. Okay, so this one goes through more of your medical history. If you don't understand anything, just let me know and I'll explain it for you. Beautiful. So if you're happy, I'll get you to sign and date down the bottom. Lovely. And then there's another page. This one's actually more about your family history and your current sort of exercise routine. And it goes into a little bit about your physical attributes like your height and weight and all that sort of thing. Okay, so this one's about your family history of heart disease, stroke, anything like that. No, that's all good. Excellent. Next one, sorry, this number 2 here. Smoking. That's great. And this one here. No, so just put a dash there for me so we know that you haven't missed it. You've actually answered the question. So what sort of exercise? Do you do light exercise, moderate? Moderate. Mm. And this next one is, so the frequency, how many times per week would you exercise in a moderate fashion?
Probably 3 to 4. Yeah.
And how long would each session be?
Between 20 and 30 minutes each session.
Yeah. So if it's 3 times a week, say it's half an hour each session, that's about an hour and a half. Yeah, 4 times a week, that's about 2 hours. Okay, so I'll just grab that from you. So it just says here, so less than 150 minutes per week. It's probably just a possible, and they're just looking to see how much you are. Considering you're only doing 20 or 30 minutes, it is less than 150 minutes per week. So we really want to try and get above that 150. Okay, so adding in maybe another session or making these a little bit longer. Okay. It's not a huge big deal though, okay, because at least you're exercising quite regularly, for a good period of time. This next one, do you know how high you are?
161.
Yes, so I'll just get you to write that one down. And do you know your weight?
Around 54 kilos.
Excellent. All right, hang on. Just pass me my phone. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to work out your BMI. So your BMI really is just a measurement of your weight according to your height. So what we're going to do is grab your height, which is 161. Okay, so we're going to go 1.61 and times that by 1.61 equals, if I can grab that for you. So it's 2.6. Just going to write that here. All right, now we're going to grab your weight, which is 54 divided by 2.6 equals 20.76. So I'm just going to round that to 20.7. Okay, and then if we have a look at our chart here for BMI, so yours was 20.7, so you're in that normal range for your height, okay, which is excellent. All right, the next one, I'll let you continue. And it's just these last four over here. Beautiful. All right, so we're just going to collate your score. So it's a +1 there, only just though, okay? And if we do that over here as well, so it's still less than 2, so you've got a really low risk, okay, of anything going wrong or anything like that, or stopping you from exercising, okay? All right, next one, put all those together. This is just a lifestyle questionnaire. So it is a little bit longer than the previous one. And there is just a couple of different sections. So I'll get you to fill out the top for me. So we'll go through it together. All right, so part 1 is your exercise history. So have you participated in structural exercise in the past? Yeah, so just write yes. Okay, and if you have, did you achieve the results that you were looking for?
Yeah.
Yeah, so writing yes there. And why do you think that you did?
Because I work towards my goals consistently.
So you're a little bit more consistent with your training. Yeah. Okay, this next one. Do you currently or have you in the past suffered from any muscle or bone injuries? No.
No.
Next one. Yeah. And when have you considered yourself to be at your healthiest?
Now, because I just make more time for the gym.
Yep. Okay, part 2, current exercise patterns and habits. Describe your physical activity that you would currently do in a normal week. So number of classes per week?
3 to 4.
Yeah. Average time for each session?
20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, like you said before. So your average total wiggle between probably around about an hour and a half. Yep. And so we don't need to worry about that one because you do exercise. Please rate each of the categories from 1 to 10. So 1, very poor, 10, very good, and explain why you've given that rating. So how would you rate your current fitness?
Probably about a 7.
Yeah, and why would that be?
Just because I know that like I can become stronger and I can push myself more.
Yeah. Alright, so this stress one, how would you rate your current stress level? Now remember 1 is poor, so if you're highly stressed, you'll be surfing one of these. If you've got control of your stress levels, it will be further down that way.
Probably between a 4 and a 5, maybe more on the 4.
Yep.
So.
And why is that? So it's just a little bit on that sort of high side, saying that you do maybe, feel that stress a little bit more.
Like just living out of home, like recently, and just like managing my time and trying to fit everything in.
Yeah, it can be tricky.
Yeah. And just working.
Yeah. And how would you rate your current nutritional habits?
Probably about a 7.
That's not too bad.
Because I like a sweet every now and then, but I'm not a big sweet tooth, and I actually really enjoy like healthy foods.
Yeah, okay. So you just like to treat yourself every now and then?
Yeah. No self-control.
If you're only doing it every now and then, it probably shows that you've got some good self-control. Okay, turn the page. We've got another one. Okay, can you think of a simple way that you can make your current lifestyle, changes in your current lifestyle that will improve the scores from above?
Main thing is probably not always relying on the gym to work out.
Yeah.
And like utilising like the area we live in, so like doing more big walks or going to different places for runs and stuff.
Yeah.
And just managing my time and.
Yeah, because your stress was say a little bit high, so yeah.
Learning how to manage everything.
Yeah. Alright, next part 3, training preferences. This is important because we need to work out what works best for you, okay? So we can keep that consistency going and make it work for you. So, when do you like to work out?
Well, because I work in the afternoons, I'd rather do it in the morning because I don't have the time in the afternoons.
Yep. In what environment? So, alone, in a small group, in a large group, a bit of combination of all of those 3.
Yeah.
In what location? So indoors, outdoors, at home?
Probably both.
Yeah. And what days of the week suits you?
Monday through to Friday.
Keep your weekends free?
Yep.
You probably have incidental exercise on those days anyway, like if you go for a walk on the beach or something.
Yeah.
How long can you train for in each session?
Probably. Depending, I reckon, on what I've decided to train that day, it could range between 20 to 40 minutes.
Yep. What type of exercise do you like or dislike?
I like HIIT sessions because you kind of just get in and cover everything in one go.
Yeah. And get a good workout at the same time.
And I like classes as well because then it's someone telling you what to do for the time that I'm there.
Yeah.
So I can just smash it out. They're more like when I am either not very motivated to do my own workout, because when I'm not really motivated it takes me a while to get through what I could have done in 20 minutes. And yeah, when I'm just like feeling a little bit flat in energy.
Yeah, so the energy of the people around you and the instructor and the music and all that sort of
even
stuff.
if I'm just like rushed for time, because I can just get in, get it done and go.
Yep. Yeah, so I mentioned all those because that gives us a bit of variety then. Good. What are your expectations of me as your trainer? What do you expect from me?
Consistency.
Mm-hmm. As in the same style of training, or
and just like the energy that's brought to like each session.
Yeah.
And what else?
Consistency. You can write energy down as well. Because I suppose it
like energy and enthusiasm in each session.
Yeah.
Like not regular checkups, but like checking up every now and then, like especially if we did a hard session, how I felt the next day and.
Okay, so communication.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Okay, so which category do your goals fall into?
A few different ones actually.
Yeah, so there's a few different ones. So lose body fat, sport specific, mobility.
Mine's probably lose body fat.
Yeah.
Not
And the
training
next
for
three?
sport. Definitely gain muscle and my cardio fitness.
Yep.
General health's already pretty good.
Okay.
Definitely injury prevention and strength and muscular injuries.
Yeah.
That one.
This may be.
Stress reduction as well. Yeah, I'm just thinking that injury rehab and stress reduction.
Yep, beautiful. All right, goal setting. So we're actually going to start with your major long-term goal. Okay, so that's sort of in the time range of 2 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Is there something that, like something major that you would like to achieve or work towards? Like it could be you've got an event to train for, you've got a wedding coming up that you want to be, you've got something in mind that you want to sort of fit into, or a way that you want to feel or look or something like that. It could be actually getting over an injury. So it's sort of looking, a fair way down the track.
Probably just like toning up and improving my cardio. So then because I don't have the best cardio, I don't enjoy a lot of sessions because I just feel like exhausted. But also just like feeling good about myself as well.
Okay, we're going to work backwards. So this one's your medium-term goal, so a little bit shorter time length of 1 to 3 months, which then can help reach the long-term goal. So something that you want to be able to achieve, within that 1 and 3 months, so 4 to 12 weeks.
Probably just running further than what I am now, like upping my distance each time.
Yep.
And adding probably more hills and different surfaces into my runs.
Yep.
And really.
So that will definitely help to improve that
Yeah.
cardio fitness. And when you start to achieve things, you start to feel good about
Yeah.
yourself. So I'll get you to write those couple of things down. And a short-term goal. So this was in like the first week to 4 weeks, which then filters into this one and then filters into that one. So something that's, you're talking about sort of gaining strength, working on your your fitness, you like HIIT training. So do you do many HIIT classes?
I do a couple during the week, and when I do my own training, like if I just go on the gym floor, I try and do a HIIT session.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like I've achieved anything if I just do like weights or strength.
Yeah.
Like I don't come out of it feeling like I've accomplished anything. Whereas if I come out, and you can feel your body that little bit like, not weak, but like, you know, shaky.
So to tone up, like you do need a little bit of weights to help gain that skeletal muscle. So maybe a short-term goal could be working with a trainer, or getting in and doing even a program with a trainer, so they can show you exactly what you should be doing it, how you should be doing it, what you should be doing, the weights you should be lifting, and all that sort of thing. So maybe that one goal could be that you actually start to do just even one session a week. You could make it still 20 or 30 minutes, keep it nice and short, but a little bit more specific to your goals. Yep. And maybe adding in another HIIT class or something, a different type of HIIT class, even a strength HIIT class, just to bring the number of minutes per week up a little bit.
Yeah.
And down the bottom, any barriers?
Probably just my commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like definitely like consistency.
Yeah. Excellent. Good. All right. So that's those two. All right. The last one we are going to do is all about nutrition. Now I can't give you specific advice about nutrition. I can give you a little bit of a guideline, but first of all, we need to work out exactly what you have eaten and drunk. All right. So think about yesterday. So what time did you have breakfast yesterday?
Probably around 9:30. Right back then.
Yeah. And then this one, I want you to write what you ate and drank, and then this one here is how much you had.
So I had oats. Do I write what I have with my oats?
Yes.
With frozen berries. And also had a coffee.
And was it like just a small dessert bowl?
I think I have a third of a cup of oats.
Yeah. And is it a handful of berries and like a sprinkle of
It's a teaspoon of so berries. It's probably probably just under a handful.
Yeah. So you could small a small handful of berries. And your seeds as well.
And then it's a teaspoon of and just like a sprinkle of and then coffee was 1 cup.
Cool. All right. Do you have morning tea?
Not really. Usually.
Okay. So just put like a line there across both three, just so we know that you have read it. Lunch. What time did you have lunch?
Probably was 11 something.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be exact.
Oh no, it was like 1:30, I reckon.
That's fine. And what did you have for lunch?
Betty's Burgers.
And what was on the burger?
Chicken.
No, you can keep it there if you like.
Oh. Chicken, lettuce, tomato. I don't know. Maybe cheese and like a mayo.
Anything else with the burger?
No. Oh, I had a drink.
Mhm.
I had lemonade.
And was it just a small bottle or?
It's just a small cup of lemonade.
So a cup's usually 250 mils, so you can write that down. And I'll get you right lemonade.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have afternoon tea? Did you have any afternoon tea, snacks, anything like that?
Oh, I had like 2 rice biscuits with a bit dip and some prosciutto.
Oh yeah.
And that was at like maybe 3:30.
Yeah.
Here's my prosciutto.
Ooh, I think it's PROSC.
HUTIO.
Yeah, SCHIUTO double TO. That's right.
Yep, that looks about right. 2 and probably like maybe 3 pieces.
And dinner last night.
I had a small fish taco. Also, dinner was like 6. Taco. I had lettuce. And then I gave it that. And then I had like pretty much like deep fried chicken drumsticks.
Yep. Beautiful.
I had 1 fish taco and probably about 3.
Yep. And anything to drink, like any water,
Cocktails.
alcohol, cocktails. Nice.
Should I put down here?
Yeah.
6 p.m. Cocktails. I had 2.
Excellent. Good. So if we just have a look at it together. So like I said, I can't be specific with your diet. All right. This is put out by the government, so I can direct you to this, and it actually sets out the 5 major food groups. So you've got your veggies over here, your fruit down here, you've got your dairy in here. This is your protein, so you've got non-meat alternatives as well, and this is your carbohydrate. And if you see, it's made into a plate, and it actually is the serving size that you should have for each of your food groups. And you do need a mixture of all 5 food groups because they all work together to metabolise and give you the energy that you need. There's good fats in there which your body needs as well. Dairy for your bone strength, protein that's for muscle development and repair, and your carbohydrates, that's for your energy. And it also shows you how much water, saying water is very important, and these ones are used in small amounts, so it's not saying that you can't have them at all, but you've just got to be very careful in how much you consume. If diet is something that you want to look a little bit more closely to, I can always refer you to either a dietitian or a nutritionist if it's something that you'd really like to get into. But having a look at yours, I mean, you're having a really wholesome breakfast here that's going to keep you quite full. Okay, you're having your carbs, you're having your berries, which is your fruit, you're getting some, and your fibre, and you're getting some good fats through the seeds. And
This is a bit of a splurge day.
That's okay. Sometimes they are the more, yeah, and that's right. Like if it was on a weekend, sometimes we do a little bit differently. Yeah, I mean, burgers, you're still getting, you know, you've got your protein, you've got your vegetables here, you've got your dairy and all that sort of thing. I mean, this is you don't have that every day. It's a little bit of a treat. Fish is good. You've got more salad down here and your cocktails. You haven't sort of listed a lot of water though. Do you drink a lot of water during the day?
Oh, yesterday I drank a lot of water.
Yeah, so even maybe just to add your own little note there and just put water.
Can I put notes
Yeah,
here?
you can here.
Drank water pretty much all day.
Yeah.
I took my own water bottles.
Okay, yeah. So we do have to try and drink, you know, at least 2 litres of water a day to keep us hydrated. If our water intake's not good, we can tend to feel lethargic, which you just feel tired. You'll feel like you have less energy. You could get a headache and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that's probably, yeah, so it's not too bad. But again, like I said, if you wanted to go get into it a little bit more specifically, I can always refer you to see a nutritionist if it's something that interests you. And if you're going to be exercising more, you might find that you need a little bit more in your diet, especially for your morning tea and your afternoon tea, just to keep you energised throughout the day, because we tend to hit that bit of a lull in the afternoon, and that's where it can be a little bit dangerous, and we just go and try and find some quick snack foods to lift our blood sugar levels. Okay, awesome. So that's all good to go. It looks like I don't need to make a referral for you to see a GP to start your training. And I'll look at your goals and what you'd like to achieve and start working out a bit of a plan. Our next step is to do some active and passive testing though in the next couple of days. So I can get a baseline of your body measurements, your blood pressure, your heart rate, and also just some basic cardiovascular strength flexibility testing that we can use as a baseline.